$54 million in emergency connectivity funds awarded this week. Charter Communications unveils a major network upgrade. Televisa gets turned down, and View It signs a carriage deal with CBS. Those stories and more on This Week in the Broadband Universe. Hello everyone and welcome. I'm Craig Corbin. Charter Communications unveiled a three-phase plan this week to upgrade a vast majority of its service footprint to 5 gigabit per second download speeds, that within the next 2 years. The $5.5 billion plan would be an investment of roughly $100 per passing, as compared to Comcast's recent upgrade announcement calling for an investment of $200 per passing for network conversion to full duplex DOCSIS 4.0. Charter's presentation to investors was met with disappointment on Wall Street. Other fiber-to-the-home service providers are investing upwards of $1,500 per passing for network upgrades. $54 million in emergency connectivity funding committed this week. That from the Federal Communications Commission. Students at schools in Florida, Massachusetts, Minnesota, Missouri, Washington, and West Virginia will benefit from the awards. To date, support has been given to roughly 10,000 schools, 900 libraries, and 100 consortia. Total dollar amount awarded thus far through the ECF is $64 billion. Also announced this week, broadband planning grants for 11 states and the District of Columbia from the National Telecommunications and Information Administration. Among the states on that list, Alaska to receive $5.5 million in BEAD funding, Arkansas $5.8 million, Maine $5.5 million, and Missouri $2.9 million. The BEAD program has a total budget of more than $42 billion for expansion of high-speed internet service. Mexico's Grupo Televisa SAB, the world's largest Spanish-language broadcaster, last month offered to purchase a 55% stake in Mega Cable Holdings, a Mexican cable and internet provider. According to Bloomberg, the unsolicited offer has now been rejected. In addition to a 19% premium, Mega Cable shareholders were offered a special cash dividend totaling $760 million. View It, the free ad-supported national streaming service, has signed a carriage deal with CBS that will add local news and national entertainment content. With the addition of CBS's content and streaming channels, View It now carries news and content originating from better than 260 stations across the nation. That covers 80% of the country's DMAs. The deal, just the latest in a number of programming expansions, including carriage agreements with Capital Broadcasting, Lockwood Broadcast Group, Marquee Broadcasting, as well as Sunbeam Television. Well, 'tis the season for retransmission fee battles. Nexstar Media Group warning viewers in Comcast markets that its stations might very well be blacked out. Nearly 90 stations nationwide could be affected, including those in Chicago, San Francisco, Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., and New Orleans. The current deal between Nexstar and Comcast was signed December 31st, 2019. On a related note, Cox Media Group and Verizon Fios TV have avoided a blackout with their last-minute agreement. It retains channels WFXT Fox in Boston, WPXI NBC in Pittsburgh, as well as the Pittsburgh Cable News Channel. The retransmission dispute between Cox and Dish TV continues, however. 13 Cox Media Group stations in 9 markets were pulled from that satellite provider's lineup back on November 28th. They have not yet returned. No surprise to learn that the loyalty of streaming service consumers just about as long as their collective attention span. A report from Parks Associates finds that nearly half of all OTT subscribers hopped back and forth between services multiple times over a 12-month period. Finally, nothing like Thanksgiving to boost television viewing numbers. According to Nielsen, television viewing up nearly 8% during November. The amount of time spent streaming up more than 10%, cable viewing up nearly 5%. Among the streaming providers, YouTube had the largest share with 8.8%. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on This Week in the Broadband Universe.